Tim Collins with Cullman Today. I'm out with the future mayor of Bethsadia, Maurice Reynolds. He's an expert in the business of making pure cane sorghum out of sugar cane. Mo, explain what we're doing here.
Well, basically, Tim, this here starts out, this is a little press mill. They actually take a mule and hook it to this long beam, and the mule goes round and around and around as they feed the cane through.
So what you're saying is this sugar cane that's laying in this pile, you pick it up one stalk at a time and put it right there?
Yep, pick up a handful or one at a time and feed it through these presses, and it squeezes the juice out of it, and they collect it in drums.
Okay, and we got a bunch of drums over here, don't we?
Yeah, all these drums here are juice that has been squeezed from the cane. They take the juice out, pour it up in the buckets.
And he's pouring it in the bucket. That's what just came out of the press, right?
Yeah, that's the juice that comes out of the sugar cane.
And he's throwing this orange bucket, and I assume it's going someplace after this?
They'll take it, and then they will pour that juice in through this sack to filter the trash and the fines out of it.
So it goes right on the top of that burlap then?
Yeah, and then as they knead it into the cooker, it
goes into that hose. You can see it coming out into the cooker.
Yeah, and then it makes its way through the grid of the cooker here.
And then where's the heat coming from? From under this?
They've got a firebox on the end. They keep it stoked up with wood all during the day while they're cooking.
I see.
Keeps everything nice and hot. Cooks it down.
Now it looks like you've got Fire Chief Buddy Carton. What is he doing? He's got some kind of a scoop.
Yeah, he's as it cooks, the juice foams up. We keep the foam dipped off of it. Also, that helps get the trash out of it also.
So you're kind of purifying it even more at that point.
And you can see they've got blocks scattered throughout it, and different stages as it cooks, they'll let it let it go on down.
It almost looks like a bait shop. You've got different sections. What's happening with the different sections there?
Yeah, the first section area is just the pure juice coming in. It cooks for a little while. They'll remove the block, let it go, let it cook a little bit longer. They've got about 3 sections set up.
I got you. Well, let's go get a closer look at that. We'll watch Chief Carton in action here. He's going to give us a big scoop of nasty foam off the top. And that looks like a copper scoop.
It is, and it's a copper basin there also. It's all copper.
And the Chief's doing this barehanded, like no problem.
Nice and slow.
Now what happens to this? It get fed to...
Yeah, the extra here is just the leftover stuff. They'll mix it in with cattle feed.
I follow you.
To make sweet feed.
So this process just runs this juice ultimately through these different compartments, right?
Yep. It just zigzags through the various compartments, gets thicker and thicker. And then...
That's your daughter there?
Yeah.
Well, hi there. So what happens at the end here? Is this where the action's at, it looks like?
Yep. They've got a drum here. When they pull the peg out, then the finished syrup actually comes down into the drum. You can see it's turned to a nice brown color.
Oh, yeah. And so we just fill up these wooden kegs. And then what happens?
And Mr. Fred gives them samples.
Oh, Mr. Fred. Where's Mr. Fred here?
Then they've got some little cups of samples here. You can actually try it.
Well, let's see. You're going to let you try it. What do you think?
It's good.
It's good. You like it?
It's a little rich, but it's very good.
All right. Well, let me stick a finger in here and see what we've got. It's super warm. Wow, that's really good. And so the idea is you come over here at the end, and you get folks coming for the final product. And I assume that it ends up getting bottled.
Yeah, they give some of this away to the workers and stuff because it's not regulated through the health department. They can't sell it.
Oh, I see.
So they, some of the workers, they actually bottle it up to carry home for their personal consumption.
I got you. Well, it doesn't seem like there be any kind of health department issue. This stuff gets super hot, and I know there's regulations, but that's good tasting.
Yep.
So really, if a person wanted to do this, all they really needs the press.
Yep, press and some sugar cane and a little fire in a pot to cook it off in.
And some patience.
And some patience.
Mayor Mo, I appreciate the tour. This is pretty fascinating stuff.
Thank you.